Hello, Gemini. This will be a reading for the week of the 18th of July. Please do bear in mind that these are general readings, so may not resonate for everybody. Take what does and leave what doesn't. And please do like, share, and subscribe. Would very much appreciate that. So for this week, I will be divining through rice. It is a very great, powerful tool to use for divination, and it's been used throughout the centuries. So I do hope you enjoy this. And also, of course, I'll be pulling out some cards towards the end. This is the Crow Tarot deck that I have. Okay. Gemini, let us begin. Gemini, okay. First thing I see here is that there's been a number of distractions around you. Keep, wanting to, you're really trying to get on with something. There's always these distractions and it's kind of like getting to a point now where you're trying to eliminate a number of things. And the distractions could be, it could be phone calls. It could be just a number of things that you need to get done before you can focus on the more important stuff, or just sort of like a constant thing. But I do see you are eliminating certain patterns, certain things around you to reduce all of these kind of distractions, to get your focus right and to have that time that you need. That is something that is showing up quite a bit. And definitely in terms of, are patterns that you're trying to break free from. And I see for many of you, you're just trying to be your own person and not always having to, you feel like, maybe some of you feel like you're always looking after so many things more than necessary, if you know what I mean. So trying to reduce things that you have to do, like certain responsibilities that are just taking up time that is not so necessary, if that makes sense. Looking out more for quality of life rather than quantity. And it's so you're okay. So there are certain manifestations that you've been working on, or you've held on, or it's been there for a long time. Once this kind of elimination happens, the elimination of distractions, your manifestation starts to speed up. That's what I see here. There's also, you're closing the door on something. There is a chapter closing the door on something. And I see that it's going to be so good for you once this chapter ends. So whatever it is, it could have been just lingering on for quite some time. And it's like now you're putting an end to it. And it's very, very constructive. Very constructive. So it will end up bringing you a lot more. It brings you a lot more because you're put in a position where you have that opening. You have that opening. There's also things around, I see, that you're wanting to sort of spruce things up in your home, make things prettier. And that is maybe something that you didn't always have. You didn't always get the chance to come round to it. So I do see that you're wanting to make things, wanting to sort of, be more comfortable, kind of like enter your home where you feel calm and you want to be there, sort of thing, So I do see that, like sprucing things up. I'm seeing lots of flowers as well. So, maybe you're getting into gardening or wanting to put flowers everywhere. Flowers is a thing here. Could also be gifted flowers. Also, I'm seeing again something about speeding up. I think things are going to start coming in very, very quickly, Gemini. Things are going to come in very quickly, almost like, out of left field, in a way that could surprise you. And it's only because, again, removing things that built up over time that became toxic. So it's just to remove those things is very important. There is work coming in that's sort of been on the horizon for some time. And it's like I see certain attachments that you're starting to notice. Attachments. So there's a recognition here. If you're attached to something, you're cutting those cords and you're turning. It's like you're turning around, and all those things that you've been visualizing and whatnot starts to come through very, very quickly. So this sort of work offer opportunity may feel like it's something brand new, but it's something that you may have wished for a while back, and it's presenting itself now. The opportunity is presenting itself right now. Relationships also here, I do see a very positive aspect coming through as well. There's been something that's been held back in terms of a connection, whether it's romantic or not, but it's some special, strong connection, and it was held back for some time. So that I'm seeing some breakthroughs with that. There's like more communication. Things are starting to come together. But very important, if you were to take those actions of becoming almost like a minimalist. Like you're before perhaps you were the complete opposite, and now you're turning the other way. Now you're becoming a minimalist, if that makes sense. Like, wanting to reduce everything that you have, paperwork, whatever it is, all those things. So your mind can also be very, very clear, allowing you to step into a fresh new zone. I see a lot of light as well. So definitely lots of communication coming through again, I'm getting, by the way. Lots of really good positive communication. Reflecting the actions that you take. It's a big, heavy thing. Lots of, kind of heaviness there behind you that it's like both of you are ready to, part ways, whatever it could be. It's turning over a new leaf, but it's so bright for you. And I feel like there's going to be less worry financially as well. But yeah, I can't stress enough. It's to do with those actions that you take, It keeps coming up, that elimination of distractions, and it can come in all sorts of different forms, these distractions. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Okay. Gemini, let's see. Gemini. Page of Swords. Oh, and the Two of Cups. Wonderful. Queen of Swords, Page of Swords, and we have the Two of Cups, Gemini. This is taking action. Exactly what I was saying. In order for you to become aligned with yourself, with the heart, with love, coming into, certain agreements, there's a balance. Feel like things have been off balance for quite some time, but things are starting to grow. Oh, and look, there are flowers here on these cards as well that I'm picking up on. It's like looking after yourself, your mind, your environment. Things will start to grow, but definitely lots of action being taken and being ready for it. It's like you have a firmness now. And it's like once you promise yourself something, you will do it. If you promise someone else something, you do absolutely do it. But if you promise yourself, maybe you're a bit too kind of lenient of like, oh, okay, maybe later. But now it's like you've made that promise and you must go ahead with it. Because look, it brings you also, and if it is in terms of this connection, as I was saying, something very, very beautiful could be flourishing here. Amazing connection. Oh, Judgment. And the King of Pentacles, Gemini. Wow. Confirmation. As I said, that it all heavily relies on the actions that you take, as I was saying. You're making a serious big decision about the way the position you're in right now, the lifestyle and everything. And that will just sort of change everything around you, as when you take the right action, you make the right decision for you. And I do see that as something very positive. Brave also is what I'm getting here. Brave. There's a certain calling that you're finally going towards, not being held back anymore. King of Pentacles, now you're in that financially stable place, where you're able to also have a freedom of expression. So you could be doing things that allow you that freedom of expression also, because you don't have that certain, blockages in your way. The 9 of Wands, Gemini. I love how it's really communicated very well through the cards here. You have, weathered many storms, and you don't give up, and you're literally right there. It's like you're at the doorstep of this new journey. It's what I see here. You're at the doorstep of it. And because you haven't given up, you're making way for it. The universe is there to help pave the way for it as well. You have that endurance. You have a certain will. Remember the will that you have. You have a strong will, Gemini. Very strong will. You could be left with nothing, let's say. I mean, that's not going to happen. But your will carry you through to gaining everything that you want, And so this is a great positive one. And you see that sun coming through the clouds. That's exactly what's happening. And it's your bravery, as I was saying, that's your bravery is showing. Choosing the best and light things for you. And, removing those things, by the way, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be easy, but it will be so much better and beneficial for you. Money is coming through, by the way. Money is coming through, and we have an apple here also signifies prosperity. These apples here. That's exactly what I noticed. So thank you, Spirit, for guiding me to that, because that, there's a lot of abundance at the doorstep for you, Gemini. Love this. I hope that this was helpful, Gemini. And thank you all so very much for all your support. Please do take care of yourselves. Until next time.